Okay.
Hello, I am Popefire, the Starfire goddess. I have with me Dead Boy Speedy, and we are going to have a debate over which relationship of Beast Boys is the better relationship. Now we are going to do this in two different ways. We're going to have one of us cover Beast Boy and Raven in the cartoon, and then Beast Boy and Terra in the comics. Now I did this because we are a Starfire channel. Both of us kind of aren't like the biggest Beast Boy Raven shippers or Beast Boy and Terra shippers, and I also wanted to be as unbiased as possible. So what we did was we kind of made it to where we have to defend and criticize in both cases. Now, Speedy, can you tell everybody which ones you picked?
I picked the cartoon version of Beast Boy and Raven and the comic book version of Beast Boy and Terra.
All right. We were gonna have a judge, but this was kind of a bad time for me to stream. Oh, Betrothed is in here. Hello. Withheld Rather Not Says. Nicholas Garl. Hello. And then Nightwing is here. Let's try to get Charlie on here as our judge. Real quick, what do you know about Beast Boy and Raven? Like, do you like the relationship? Do you think it was important to both their characters?
In the cartoon, you mean?
Yes.
Honestly, I think that had the show developed more longer, that dynamic could have done a lot of things with it. Because there were some really touching moments that they created between Beast Boy and Raven in the cartoon, specifically after that episode when, because he was trying to be more aggressive, he was calling himself not being tired of being pushed around. He had lashed out at everybody because he was so angry at Raven.
Right.
And then there was near the end of the episode when those two were sitting outside and Beast Boy was just kind of, I'm guessing, just hating himself at that point. Like Raven kind of basically gives him like some words of wisdom or whatever, and just kind of has like a heart to heart moment with Beast Boy.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows I'm not like the biggest Raven fan. She kind of has done stuff in the comic books that have frustrated me. I am
Yeah.
slowly developing, to like the character a little bit more, especially since I've been, rereading a lot of these comics, and I really do appreciate their relationship in the cartoon. I appreciate his relationship with Tara as well. And we do have our judge here. Hello, Charlie. We're going to have a little bit of a debate, and you were going to tell us at the end of the debate who won which debate. Please be as unbiased as possible. And I'm going to start. I'm going to kick it off. Of course, I have comic Beast Boy and Raven. Now this is an interesting one because in the original New Teen Titans comic, which is where Raven was introduced, and usually the one I like to talk about, there's not really a lot there. Raven is very closed off. This is the moment in her life when she really can't feel emotions in fear of hurting people. Now she does definitely have a respect towards Garfield and definitely does want to be around him, but that could be said about all her teammates. It's not until the 2000 era when Beast Boy and Raven in the comics get together. It's a very sweet romance. They're probably the best couple in that series. And it's cute. I believe they got together because Raven had something happen and Beast Boy in fear of losing her. Like, yeah, but it's really cute. You don't really see a lot of it. Like, you just see the little intimate moments where he's like holding her hand or he's encouraging her or telling her, like, yeah, it's okay. I've got you. I've got your back. And I really love that in this version of Beast Boy, he's matured a lot. He's a lot older than the other Teen Titans. He's definitely an adult now, and it's very nice to see him and Raven interact in a intimate manner because both of these characters have hit that point in their life where they just have been drawn to each other. Now, Dead Boy, you can talk about what you like about the comic version of Beast Boy and Terra, and then I will criticize what you like because I am a terrible person, and then you will do vice versa to me.
Yes. So when it came to the Beast Boy and Terra thing in the comics, what I mostly liked about it was more so necessarily than the relationship. It was just how that whole thing was built up and done. Because you have someone who spent a whole year gaining everyone's trust, like she would go out to movies with Beast Boy. During the Runaways arc, Beast Boy really was the first to reach his hand out to her to try to help her directly. And like from there, even though that she's antagonistic to most of the people there, and even to an extent Beast Boy, there is a moment when they were like, I believe they were going to school together in like the Judas contract issues, where she did kiss him. But more so to me, what made that whole thing interesting was the idea that she managed to not only gain the trust of everyone, but she spent a whole year playing with Beast Boy's heart and had no qualm just stepping on it. And you can tell in that issue when in the issues that followed that really hurt Beast Boy significantly. And just the way that was done to me for what Terra was supposed to be just made it a lot more interesting for me
Right.
compared to what the cartoon did, even though to an extent I enjoyed what the cartoon did for what it was with Beast Boy and Terra.
Right. Well, you're forgetting that Tara was also sleeping with Deathstroke at the time.
Oh God.
There's that
So
too.
there's the big dent in
And
the Tara and Beast Boy. She was initially she was. It's not clear if she actually did have romantic feelings with him or if she was just stringing him along for a cover. You're also forgetting that Tara seemed to be quite hateful to Beast Boy a lot of that series.
that is true too. Which
You're
kind of
not
made
supposed
it.
to say it's true. This is a debate, you goober.
This is
I
hard
thought
for me
I'd be
right
able
now
to
because I don't
clarify this.
know. This is getting kind of. It's like, damn, they're all good points.
So, are you gonna defend? Like, are you gonna say
Yeah,
Tara?
but
Maybe Tara did like Beast Boy.
well, because the problem with her behavior is, again, there's times again where even when she was saying certain things in the issues, and one of those times Cyborg threatened to knock her teeth out, she there are also moments where when she was with Beast Boy and only Beast Boy, she would she would kiss him or she would happily go to movies with him and be like, hey, you want to go to movies? And then again, he was the first person who she kind of opened up to during that whole Runaways thing.
Right. But do you have a defense for the Tara sleeping with Slade thing? Like, is there a defense there?
As I had mentioned that I was interested in the whole playing with Beast Boy thing, that honestly added just that much more insult to injury and made that the heartbreaking story that I like.
Right, right. Well, do you have any criticism for comic Beast Boy and Raven? Like maybe pointing out that it was only because of the cartoon that they even got together in the
Oh,
comics?
especially that, because of the fact that in the early issues there was no evidence that those two had any type of romantic interest with each other. I mean, there was, truth be told, there was no evidence in the comics that Raven had any romantic interest in anybody, except
Well,
with the
no, no,
exception
no,
of
no, no. That's where you're wrong. Raven has had romantic interest in Dick Grayson, but also in this person that was like a reverse. What's a male succubus? Like that, he was a male succubus.
Incubus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an incubus. She showed an interest in him, and he did something similar to what Tara did to Beast Boy in the comics. So Raven was interested in people, just not in the original New Teen Titans run, and for obvious reasons, because this was at the point in her life when she couldn't express her feelings, where if she
yeah,
did she would end up causing death and destruction to the people around her.
yeah. And in the original New Teen Titans, I think Beast Boy probably would have thought that it was hard to wrap his head around falling in love with someone who, I don't know, manipulated someone's emotions for her own gain. Wally West.
Yeah, I can understand that. However, this Raven, I believe, was reborn, and she like got resurrected in a younger body. She's ready to experience different parts of her life. They've been introduced as different characters. They're both mature and older, and they've recognized their mistakes. Um, so I think that's kind of. Yeah, I feel really bad for Raven. Trusty's sidekick is here, by the way. Trusty actually just did Raggedy's icon, and I don't know why Raggedy's not using that as an icon now, Raggedy. All right, Charlie, do you have a preferred victor for this debate? I'm gonna ask the chat who they think won.
Oh God. Jeez. It's pretty hard because you both make good points on both how bad it is and how there's something there, but it's mostly bad, I guess.
Okay, but you're forgetting that Tara slept with Slade.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Then again, she was
Um,
young and she didn't know what the fuck she was doing, I guess.
I'm actually shocked you didn't bring up that Tara was revived in Darkest Night, because she showed a little bit of interest in Beast Boy there, but I also don't think either of us are really like interested in the Teen Titans books past Mars era, and I can assure you
Yeah.
that I don't even remember Darkest Night, and I've read it like 2 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, and also just didn't think it'd be fair to bring up also Tara too. Little Miss the fake the quote unquote resurrection of her that was trying to I guess fix the Tara name, and she ended up getting attracted to Beast Boy. He didn't trust her, and then there was that whole thing.
Oh yeah, Terra too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still unclear if she was like a resurrected Terra or not. Like that whole thing confused me, and I've read that several
Yeah.
times. Yeah. Terra in the 1980s New Teen Titans book, she was in a relationship with a Deathstroke. So I'm gonna give the point to nobody because neither of us really knew what we were doing. So we're gonna move to the.
Yeah, I'm just like, I guess I'm the judge. I don't know. But no, like, I think, oh god, the thing with Tara is that we don't, I don't know. It's just she's there to like get everyone's trust. And with Raven, it's like, yeah, there's something there, but
Yeah,
like
because now, of course, if we wanted to play the future writer's card, I could say, well, Tara was drugged up the whole time because that's what retcon said.
Oh, why didn't you use that during the debate? All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the cartoon. Now in this version, I have Beast Boy and Terra, and you have Beast Boy and Raven, and I am going to annihilate you. No, I am going to let you start this time, talk about what you like about this relationship, and then I'll talk about what I like, and then you'll criticize what I like, and then I will destroy you.
Okay.
You can have the floor.
Okay. When it comes to the Beast Boy and Raven in the cartoon, I like that one a lot because to an extent you could kind of feel it was built from the beginning, because as the creators of the show had said that it was kind of written as kind of like they were already an old married couple.
Right.
She would pick at him, make little jokes. A lot of those interactions I often found pretty funny, especially in the Aftershock episode when he says like, why did the chicken cross the road? And she says to beat up the idiot and the stupid idiot making jokes about him. Like, I thought that was pretty funny, especially because it had like everyone in the car laughing at him.
Right.
But on top of that, there's a lot of hints throughout the series that Raven likes him a lot more than she's letting on, and has more feelings for him than she lets on. Though, and there was also that episode that I really liked where at first, Beast Boy, he's angry, he says he's tired of being pushed around, so he tries to get more assertive. He starts treating everyone like crap because of it. And it was largely because he was tired of Raven making fun of him all the time. But at the end of the episode, whenever Raven ends up in trouble and when they finally rescue her, like whenever he's like just down on himself about this, she goes out there and has a heart-to-heart with him. That was very touching to me. So a lot of the Beast Boy Raven in the cartoon just felt a lot more organic.
Right. Well, Terra and Beast Boy also had a heart-to-heart on the same spot that Beast Boy and Raven did. The one thing I like about BB and Terra is, you can tell that he deeply cares about her. You can tell that yes, because in this version, Terra is a scared child. She doesn't know how to control her power. She doesn't really want to hurt anybody. She doesn't really, understand the consequences of her actions. Beast Boy is clearly like he's just clearly all about her. The moment he notices her, he's in love with her then. And she kind of warms up to him, and then he takes it to the stage where she's willing to give her own life to save him. And granted, it didn't end on the happiest of notes, but at the same time, Beast Boy is willing to kind of put down his own needs because he realizes that Terra is happy, not having the hero life, not having to recognize that he has powers. And I always thought that was, one of the best moments of Beast Boy in the Teen Titans Go comics is when he was like, look, like I get it. It hurts that she doesn't want to acknowledge other people, like the people that happened in the past. But we gotta let her come to terms with things. We gotta let her kind of be her own person for a bit, and maybe she'll come back. But I found their relationship really cute in the cartoon. Like when they go on that date, and he's all like scared and stuff. I thought that was really cute, and I liked how their relationship kind of grew from him being like so shy that he just didn't even really know how to talk to her, to being to the point where he finds out that she has betrayed them. He's kind of like, I don't even want to be your friend anymore, and they're both deeply affected by that, because the next time you see her, she's to the point of wanting to just kill them. And then it's through her relationship with Beast Boy that she realizes that she's not actually a villain. And I really do like that in their relationship, that they sort of brought each other back and sort of brought each other into being less selfish characters.
Mm-hmm. However, on the flip side of that, the main problem I had with it was not only did Terra sell them out, even though even though they all trusted her, common trope, but on top of that too, when Beast Boy, she tries to blackmail Beast Boy into forgiving her from the start by saying, even no matter, would you still like me if I did this super duper terrible thing, no matter what it was?
I don't think that was a manipulation tactic as much of it was her just being scared. Because you have to remember, she's only like 14 or 15 in the series. She's still a child, and this is a child that's been scared of her own powers, her own abilities almost all her life. This is really hard because I'm actually a BBRae shipper.
Yeah. Yeah, but then it was with me. It was just like she had to have known that. Yeah.
Oh god, I probably can't hear him. Shit.
Yeah, and can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey,
Hi,
what's up,
Raggedy.
Raggedy? Yeah. So he's we have Dick Grayson moderating us, or we did, and then but do we continue or do we wait for Nightwing?
We'll just continue. Let's just keep going.
Okay. So you would think she would understand to some extent that the truth was going to come out about what she did. But not only that what he was going to do was not going to be something that was going to be endearing to the team in any way. But then she did it. Not only did she do it, but whenever he naturally reacted where he didn't trust her anymore, she not only gets even whenever I can understandably she was hurt by the fact that he said you have no friends. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, not only does she basically go more under Slade, but then she decides on her own that she's going to pretty much kill any emotion she had and try to directly take all of their lives, including his, with the little insult of, ha ha ha, you want to kiss me one more time, Beast Boy? But then on top of that...
you have to, that's a teenage emotion. I mean, we've all had breakups when we were teenagers, or at least I hope I do. That's going to be super embarrassing. And where you've just been so resentful towards that person because it hurt you that deeply. And even though it may not be justified in your emotional state, you're just seeing red. Like you don't really... You're not really able to focus as clearly as you would. And as the episode progresses, you actually see her kind of start to stop feeling with her emotions, and she starts feeling more with her empathy, to the point where she's like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm actually terrified.
Now, mostly because she realized she had a crap deal with Slade, who was beating her. And
she only got into that situation because she wanted to control her powers more because she was scared of hurting her friends. So she was once again willing to sacrifice everything for her friends, even if that meant her friends died.
When they decided that they would naturally go, okay, the time for forgiveness is gone and we're about to beat you down. Mm-hmm. Oh, all of a sudden, Beast Boy, stop! Aren't you just gonna talk to me?
Well, at least Terra's not a bitch all the time to Beast Boy. Like Raven generally is pretty mean to Beast Boy to the point where sometimes, I mean, Trouble in Tokyo is a wonderful example of that, because every interaction she has with Beast Boy is negative in that one. She constantly insults him, she constantly downgrades him. Like I feel bad for Beast Boy sometimes in the series, and yeah, sometimes he does deserve it, but Jesus, sometimes I'm watching that, I'm like, poor Beast Boy, like Terra hurts you, Raven constantly hurts you. And you could also kind of use the Terra and Beast Boy relationship to kind of say, well, this is what Beast Boy acts like when he's around somebody he likes. So if he liked Raven, wouldn't he act that way around Raven?
Right, and you can also make the case that the Raven snarks around people she likes because she mostly gives him a hard time with her snarking.
Well,
Sure,
we've
she
also
can.
seen what Raven acts like when she likes somebody, because in the episode Sisters, you see her talking to this goth guy, and she's seems interested in him.
Right, exception to the rule in that situation. But then, of course, with Beast Boy, from what I can understand, she didn't want to have to admit she liked him until, obviously, she realized she drove him to the deep end on that one episode
Yeah.
when he just lashed out at everybody and their mom, and then came the heart to heart that I mentioned. But yeah, with
Well,
Terra my main problem with the cartoon version of Terra is that it just seemed like, while one can argue that it's kind of natural for a teen, she just didn't seem to understand the consequence of her actions. Beast Boy basically telling her, "You are responsible for the decisions you made," for her to understand what she did.
right. But I think at the end of that episode, she learns that lesson because, again, she gave her life to save Beast Boy. She gave her life because she realized what she did was wrong and she didn't want him to suffer anymore. And Beast Boy was deeply affected by this. When the Titans thought Raven was dead, and granted it was the end of the world with Trigon there, you didn't really see Beast Boy as heartbroken. Like, definitely, he was definitely upset that he lost a friend. I mean, they all were. But you saw how he acted with Terra, and when you compare that with how he acted when Raven died, you could kind of say that maybe he didn't really see her in the view that he saw with Terra, which was, being romantically interested in Terra.
Possible too, though it did again look like those two liked each other more than they wanted to admit.
Tara kind of just tossed them into the ground, pretty harmless. She only hurt them emotionally, I see. Well, it kind of depends. Would you to kind of end the debate here because we're kind of running circles? Would you rather have somebody hurt you physically or hurt you emotionally? And if we're being serious here, the reason why I like BB and Raven a little bit more than BB and Tara is because at the end of the day, even when Raven does betray the Titans, it's usually not by her own free will. It usually is by Trigon controlling her, and this goes for even the comics. Now, there are exceptions with Wally West, where she used her powers to manipulate Wally emotionally, and she did this twice, and that's always kind of bothered me. But in the cartoon, Raven, like, while it definitely doesn't seem like it's like this big romantic thing with Robin and Starfire, are some hints that Beast Boy and Raven are interested in each other. But again, she's also done some stuff that could mean that she was interested in Robin. So it's kind of just how you perceive the series. It's kind of how you perceive certain moments. And shipping is definitely fun. Just don't let it overwhelm you, because we've had some people that are crazy shippers pop on this channel that
Yeah.
have called us really unnecessary stuff just because we ship some other things. But if you ship Beast Boy and Tara, go for it. That's
Yeah.
that's up to you. There's good parts of that relationship. There's bad parts of that relationship. If you ship Beast Boy and Raven, there's good parts of that and good parts and bad parts of it. It just depends. Like, don't let it consume you. Don't just hate people if they disagree with you. Because I defended Beast Boy and Tara today, and I'm actually a Beast Boy and Raven shipper.
Mm-hmm.
Always be open to other people's opinions as well, guys. We
Yeah.
if we did have a Dick and Bab shipper come on the channel, we actually do. The original Nightwing we had on here who did Titans Thursday with us was a huge Dick Bab shipper. He's one of my closest friends in real life. We've been trying to get him on for a debate with that. But always be open-minded with people and don't let shipping ruin friendships.
Yeah, my ship isn't always your ship. That's just the general rule of this whole thing.
Yeah. Real quick, do you guys have anything you want to add? Raggedy, I know you just hopped on. Do you want to show off your icon that Trusty made for you?
Sure.
Yeah, that's super cool. It's sorry.
And I'm sure.
We all got Team Outlaw all hired Trusty Sidekick to do some new icons for us, and when we have them all finished, it's gonna look so freaking cool.
Let me
I'm
see.
super excited for it.
I'm gonna go to your Twitter picture that has the.
Oh, tomorrow we're gonna do a stream in regards to the upcoming Titans content. So I'll need to get some alcohol for that because the Titans always
All right.
puts me
Awesome.
in a really sad mood. Nice,
Bring the
nice.
Jameson.
Flint wants everybody to know that Raven is too good for Beast Boy. I think currently Rebirth Raven is dating Wallace West.
Oh,
Which,
my.
yeah, I think that's kind of weird because out of all the things that I could see somebody like putting Beast Boy and Raven together, I assumed that it would be in Rebirth, but no, they put them together in they put Raven with Wallace. I don't really know why. I don't really feel like their relationship works, and it kind of drags the book down. But which that's just me. And that is a beautiful piece by Trusty Sidekick. Trusty is our wonderful Team Outlaws artist. He is an amazing person, a lovely person to follow, and he's currently open for commissions.
Yeah. And so one of my favorite moments in the whole Beast Boy Terra thing was when she was getting jumped and when she screamed, you know, aren't you gonna talk to me?
Yeah.
There was that moment where there was like, there's nothing left to be said, and Starfire's like, you tried to annihilate us, and then Raven says, you thought we wouldn't take it personally, and then when the way that line was delivered was just perfect.
Yeah.
And then when Starfire's like, I think she's scared, Raven simply puts it, scared's not the same as sorry.
So I just got a comment from Sam Lou, excuse me. He just said this was response to the "Hey, is Dick and Corey still together" for Batman Hush. He said I didn't direct this one, so I can't really say sorry, but I wouldn't see why not. All right.
Even if he didn't direct it. I won't say this as fact, but maybe he still has a little inside baseball in that.
Well,
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt for all my Dick Corey shippers out there. Raggedy Charlie, do you guys have a preferred ship with Raven or Beast Boy?
Man. I mean, there's some good points, but I have to be Raven and shipper, or Raven and Beast Boy shipper on this.
Yeah, because it all boils down to one didn't betray the team willingly. That's what it boils down to. Yeah. Even though Terra in New 52, Beast Boy and Terra were an item there, and but Terra's whole existence is to betray the team. She does it in every incarnation she's a part of. She's just not. She's not written to be a good guy, and while she is definitely a sympathetic character, you just can't really put her with Beast Boy. Now, if you do put Terra and Beast Boy together, that's perfectly fine. You know, you can ship whatever you want. But to me personally, I would rather, if I had to choose between Terra or Raven, I would put Beast Boy with Raven.
I would agree.
Yeah,
it's whatevs.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and Flint wants us to know that it's Raven and Nightwing, and get the fuck out, you Dick Corey shippers. Thank you, Flint.
Yeah, I'm sure Nightwing really loved those wet dreams Raven sent imported.
I have seen Thick Raven. That's.
All right, guys. Thank you for the topic. If you guys have any other topics, you can hit me up on Twitter or comment on the stream. Hopefully, we did this topic justice.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of there.
Well, we tried to be unbiased. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you tomorrow when I get drunk off my butt because we're doing Titan stuff. See ya.